Okay, so since you are interested in declaring the major with the emphasis in IO, I'm going to go ahead and fill out a major checklist for you with the IO emphasis. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a what if through your degree evaluation. So just select the degree, so psychology with IO emphasis. Okay, perfect. So I'll run that program. All right, so this right here is your degree evaluation. It's a compilation of all the requirements you've already taken, all the requirements that you are required to take. Mm-hmm. And since this is a what if degree evaluation, it's catered towards if you were to be in the psychology major with the emphasis in industrial and organizational psychology. So I'm just going to start filling out your major checklist. How's your semester going so far?
Going pretty well.
That's good.
I'm taking 18 units for
the first time. How is that going for you?
Not bad. It's like better than I thought because I had like easier classes, like online.
That's good. There's some just here. And since this is a what if degree evaluation for IO, your major catalog year, which is the year you entered the major, would be 2019. And then the total units you've earned to date. So 90. All right, and then I'm just going to write down the courses you are in progress with. Okay. How is Psychology 260 going for you?
It's a lot harder than like other psych classes.
It is known for being one of the harder ones, just because it's a lot more like science.
Yeah. And it's not like exactly what I like want to do, so I'm not that interested in it. But it's going okay.
How about 319?
319 is good. It's like something I want to do. Like I'm really interested in.
That's great. So what about IO psychology specifically interests you?
I like the aspect of like knowing like why people make decisions and like consumer decisions. Like that.
That's really interesting. All right, so just a rundown of the major checklist. So we have, I already filled out your courses in progress. We're going to go over the prep for the major and the major itself, and then the foreign language requirement, which is also part of the major. So for the prep for the major, we're just going to scroll up. So I see you completed Psych 101, Psych 201, and Bio. And you did you took Stats 250, and you took Psych 281, so that fulfills your statistics requirement for the prep for the major. And then you are in progress with 260, and you still need to do 211 and 230. So I'll go ahead and highlight your in progress courses in pink, just so you get more visual. So 260 is in progress. And then I'll highlight your needed courses in orange. And then since I noticed here that you have some future progress courses, you've already registered. Is that correct? Awesome. So I'll highlight your future progress courses in yellow. And then later when we do your course planning for the spring, we can incorporate those classes as well. So 211 and 230. Awesome. So the prep for the major itself, you need to get a C or better in all major prep courses, and a B or better in the stats course or the stats equivalent that you took. to be pushed into the major itself with the IO emphasis.
Mm-hmm.
And you need a 2.5 GPA overall to be pushed into the major.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So let's see. So you've earned. Your future progress. That's with 3. Future progress with 6. And then 3, 4, 10. You earn 12. So that means if you successfully complete Psych 260 this semester, and then you successfully complete Psych 211 and 230 next semester,
Mm-hmm.
you will be done with the preparation for the major, so you will need 0 by the end of spring.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No.
Right, so now we're going to move into the major itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 31 units of psychology courses to graduate. You need a 2.0 GPA in upper division major courses to require to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's divided into 3 parts. So we have the methods requirement, which is the research-based courses.
Mm-hmm.
The breadth requirement, so we have group 1, which is the social psych and psych and culture. Group 2, which will be satisfied with your 319 course.
Mm-hmm.
Group 3, which is our developmental courses, and Group 4, which is more neuropsych. So the breadth requirements kind of allow you to get a little taste of each, all the parts of psychology.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the IO emphasis, you do have 3 additional courses that you need to take, Psych 320, 321, and Psych 370.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that, you have the additional units. And you, as you can see here, you need either 5 or 6 additional units. And this is dependent on which methods requirement you take. So if you take the 4-unit methods requirement course, you would need 6 units of additional units. But if you take the 5-unit course, you would only need 5 units.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No.
All right, so let me just go through here. So I see you haven't taken your methods requirement course yet. So just a little rundown of what they are. The Psych 301 course prepares you to be a consumer research. So you learn how to kind of read research and things like that. And then the Psych 410 course prepares you to be more of a producer of research. So you're conducting your own research at that point. And it's good to note that Psych 410 is a lot more rigorous. They actually recommend you to dedicate 20 hours of your week to that course. And you must earn a B or higher at either to gain entry to Psych 370, which is required for your emphasis.
Mm-hmm.
And for the methods requirement, you need to be junior status, which you are, major status, which you will be after you complete all of your prep for the major.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be eligible for the upper division writing course. Have you taken the WPA yet?
I have.
Okay, and I see you are in RWS 305, so you are already in your upper division writing course, which is good. And you need a B or better in Psych 280, which I see you have.
Mm-hmm.
So that one is still needed. I'm not see here. So you've taken Psych 340. You are in progress with 319. You've done abnormal psychology. You're in progress with the abnormal psychology. And you still need to take a class in Group 4. And as for additional courses required, I see that you're planning on taking Psych 320 in the spring. That's future progress. And you still need Psych 321, which you can probably take next fall, and then Psych 370.
Yeah.
All right, so let me just highlight some courses. So you need Have you given any thought of what methods requirement course you wanted to take?
I think I wanted to start out with 301 first because it's less rigorous, and I wanted to take it with other classes.
That sounds good. And if you decide that you actually really do like research, you can always take 410.
Mm-hmm.
And I also see that your future progress with Psych 495, which is our internship class, which is great. You can get a lot of relevant experience with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have a handout right here, which has all the agencies and the affiliations for that class. So you can look through it in your free time. What they do in that class is they match you with an agency during the first week, and then to get credit for that class, you just go to your agency for a certain amount of hours.
Oh,
yeah. So I'll add that to your additional units. Just future progress. And so after that, you would just need 3 more units of additional units to finish the major. Okay. So let me just do some math. So you earned 3 in progress with 6. Future progress with 6. 15, and then so you need 16 more units. So at the bottom here, I'll put 16 units. So that's how many units you need to graduate with the psychology major, given you maintain a 2.0 GPA. And let me just look at your foreign language requirement. All right, so I see you finished Spanish 201 in fall 2017. So that means you're done with the foreign language requirement, because all we need is a 3rd semester equivalency. All right, any questions so far? All right. Okay. Now we're going to go look at the Plan A, Plan B sheet. So this is just course planning for you. And I know that you already registered, so just in case something were to happen, we'll kind of have a Plan B in place for you. So for your Plan A, I'll just put the classes that you have now that you're registered in, and Plan B can be something else. So I see you have Psych 211, Psych 230, Alright, so 211 and 230 would fulfill your prep for the major. So after successful completion with that, you'd be pushed into the major automatically, so you don't have to come in. And Psych 220, so that would be additional courses required for IO, and then Psych 495 would be additional units. So let me just pull up the class schedule. I'll have you log back in. And then do you know how many other courses you're planning on taking with these courses?
No.
Okay. So if you wanted to go to general advising, they could help you kind of incorporate non-psychology courses into your course schedule.
Okay.
And I'll be scanning this and incorporating it into your follow-up email, so you can have that as well.
Okay.
So I'll just get my registration. Okay. So with these classes, were there any other time slots that you were interested in taking, or are these kind of like the courses that you, the time slots are good?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. So I'll just carry over Psych 211 and Psych 230 to the Plan B, just so it would make sense for you to do them next spring, so you can get pushed into the major. It also makes sense for you to take Psych 320 as well, since you're on the IO track.
Yeah.
But just in case something happens with 495, is there a kind of a plan B you wanted to take in lieu of 495? So the 490 courses are actually the ones that give you relevant experience. So hypothetically, if 495 doesn't work, we recommend you that you can take 499, which is one that you would take. You can get credit for working in someone's lab. So sometime before the semester starts, we open the RAP application, which is an application for students to get matched to a research lab. And then once you're matched, your supervisor or the professor that's leading the lab will give you a schedule number to get into their lab to get credit. So that may be something you're interested in.
Okay.
If not, let's see. Does anything else here look interesting to you? I noticed that you still need a group 4.
Yeah.
So maybe we could look at one of those options. So this would be like 361, neuropsychology, 362. 361, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that would fulfill your group 4. Just in case something were to happen with 495. Alright, so now I'll scan this one and send it over to you. And moving on to your plans after graduate school, or after getting your bachelor's. So you said you wanted to go straight into the workforce.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of what like companies you want to work for, or have you done any research?
Not yet.
Okay, so I actually have some more handouts for you, and I'll take you to the resource room later, which is a place where we have a lot of resources for different fields of psychology. This is one for IO Psych. And then here's one that it's a breakdown of relevant courses to the career paths that you want to choose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different resources for people who are interested in IO psychology. Have you heard of psyop.org?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's good. And let's see. Do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so we have this thing called the 5 factors, which is 5 things that help you become a competitive applicant to graduate school or a competitive employee when you're ready for the workforce. And they apply to kind of both. So the first one is GPA, and for GPA we just recommend you to get as high as possible because sometimes your employer might ask for a GPA. The second thing is GRE, which is an entrance exam for graduate school, but it isn't as relevant for if you're going straight into the workforce, but it is something to think about just in case you decide to go to graduate school. The third thing is relevant experience. This is a big one for going into the workforce because your future employers do want to see that you have some experience working in the field, but I see you're planning on taking 495, and that should help you with relevant experience. And all of our 490s courses help with that too. This actually goes hand in hand with the fourth of the 5 factors, which is letters of recommendation. So sometimes your future employers might ask for letters of recommendation, and the best people to ask are people who have like the job that you want, or people that can speak well about your work ethic and things like that. And the 5th thing is personal statement. So this is more for if you're going into graduate school or applying to graduate school, but for going straight into the workforce, think of it more like the application process or your resume. So just making sure that you're an all-around competitive applicant for whatever job you're applying to. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so now we can go to the resource room, and I'll just have you fill out the peer advisor evaluation form. And then, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.